Well, welcome back, guys. It's freaking hot as heck outside, and I'm not the type of person that enjoys the heat, but hopefully this video will be a treat for you. Probably, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 months ago, I shot some video, which I'll put in just after this here, but I want you to take a look at a project that I had been working on. Alright, so while I sit here on my kid's little porch, I've been working on some of these gourd containers, and I got real interested and wanted to do this when I was at winter count. But some of these are just kind of pieces of scrap, and some of them I'm hoping to make them into useful items. One is obviously a canteen. Worked on this quite a bit. This is just a little plug from some Sodal, I believe. And this is a bowl, and you can see inside this bowl I've got some rocks, and I'm using that to kind of help clean these up just a little bit. And I was going to show you that here in just a second, but this is a very large bowl, actually. Something I really wanted. This here is kind of a cup, and it does actually sit pretty good and flat, unlike what the rim appears to be. This here is kind of just a shallow dish. I'm not sure what to use this for yet, but I know it'll be useful for something, so I definitely didn't want to throw that away. That was the cap, I believe, off of this dipper. Really wanted a dipper. I think next time maybe I would do this upside down. I did it this direction. The handle swoops this way. It does feel just maybe a little bit awkward, but it would make for a really good dipper. But I think next time I might take the top off of this side so it feels a little bit more natural. So you can see and check that out. Some other little pieces are just definitely scrap. Is this here. I didn't want to get rid of any of this scrap because when I did the pottery, we used some of these scrap pieces as actually for smoothing some of the pottery. And this is just a little button that came off the top. So I did virtually save pretty much everything. Didn't throw away any of the pieces. Hoping to use them up. Now the rocks I just gathered from just below here. I've got rocks all over in my yard as far as I placed them there to keep the weeds down and kind of a decoration. And that's the way the house was purchased, but I did purchase a lot and lay them out myself. I put a lot of these rocks, I washed them first, honestly, inside the actual gourd canteen, and got it wet in there, and I sat there and just stirred and stirred because you can't get inside there to scrape that out. You can do your best with what you got. I think they make motorized things, but I wanted to try to do this without any motorized devices. So like I said, this gets really loud, but I just take and use that, and the rocks kind of abrade it. And after a while I took and dumped it out, rinsed the rocks back off, and started over again. But you can kind of check out what they look like right now. The next thing that I'm going to do is make some strong teas, and then mix the teas in here, and that'll help draw out the nasties and to make it to where the flavor's not tasting like the actual bitter gourd. So I'll do that next. You probably won't see that process. I'm hoping to not get too much tea on the outside because I don't know if it'll stain it. But if you guys have any other ideas on what I could do, I'm really trying not to put a wax in any of these. Somewhat because when one of the guys I was with was talking to Cody, he said that the wax actually causes problems with this. It not being waxed is really good for it because the water absorbs through it and actually helps cool the water that's inside the canteen. So, yep, I really don't want to wax it because I kind of think of it as just like having waterproof shoes. The water never completely evaporates out of it, and I don't want that to end up causing mold problems with like this canteen and whatnot. But I am hoping to use this bowl for eating out of. So I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I could do to kind of help it not collect mold. But maybe I'll just have to use it and find out. And hopefully the tea baths that I put in here will help out too as well. So I want to try to find something possibly to plug this inside here, because I know that's going to be very, very difficult down in that handle to keep clean. And maybe I'll make a plug and melt some wax in that just to kind of block that off. But then again, I know that's going to keep it from me being able to ever get back in there if it collects mold in that area. So you can check that out. You see that silverness in there? I think that silver needs to go away. But alright, I'll plug in the video of when I actually was doing this, and that was a big learning curve for me at the time, but I'll show you how I attempted it. You can check it out. Hope you guys enjoy. Gourd containers. I think I'm going to make a canteen out of this, a scoop with this right here, make a bowl out of this bottom part, and maybe a cup out of the top part of this is what I'm hoping for, though. I guess we'll see how that turns out. But we're just going to take some of this sand here that's wet and use it to help scrub the outside of this. I even have a little piece of sandstone to help clean it up. We're going to get this cleaned up. Try to take the skin off of it. Kind of polish up the outside edge of it a little bit here. I really wish I'd have soaked this in some water a little bit beforehand, just to make it a little bit easier on myself, but it's alright. It's coming off. It's a little bit of love. So I've been just mixing some of this sand with some water until it's real soupy and just slapping it on the outside of this and letting it sit. Not allowing that outer skin to soak up some of the moisture. And after it's sat for a while, then I just kind of taking it and rubbing it in a little bit. I'm almost done with all these gourds. It really helps soften it up. Any of these spots that are a little bit unruly, I've been taking this is just a deal for clay that I bought while I was at Winter Count. Just scrubbing it off. It doesn't get it all, but it gets it really close. And what you don't get off with it, the sand really easily takes the rest of it off. And these are my first gourds to do, so you know, I'm just going off of what I have seen or been told, and doing the best I know how. I'm sure there's a better way. Now we're going to take these down to the creek and rinse them off. Get some of this dirty sand off and see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open these up. Like I said, I'm going to make a canteen hopefully with this one, a scoop with that one there, and hopefully a bowl and a cup out of that one is what I'm hoping for, at least. As you can see, they cleaned up real nice. They're actually really slick at the moment, so I'm kind of thinking definitely want to put something around it to kind of help well, give it some grip, I guess. So I'm gonna start with this one. I think I wanted to start with that one, but I don't know, this one's calling my name right now, so I planned on using this possibly as a cork to go on the top of it. And I'm not going to go straight in where the stem came out. This thing has kind of a natural bottom to it, so it sits level. So I think I'm going to try to cut the top off to where the hole might be more centered in the top. Just ordered a new blade for this, literally last night. Some of these teeth are nearly flattened on this thing. Had it for a long time. I've bent it a few times and straightened it out, but it's been a good saw to me. I've seen some of those silkies and they cut really, really, really good, but I've seen them snap really fast too after you know, just 15 minutes or so of using one. So I'm just gonna stick with this one. It's done me good. I like the way it feels in my hand too. The silkies are, to me, a little bit awkward. Not too bad, but once I get a good cut going on here, hopefully I can stay somewhat level. May have to cut a little bit lower, I don't know, guys. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to save the seeds in this, and hopefully in the garden this year, I can go ahead and plant some gourds. Getting dusted?
Yeah. Cleaning it out.
Bad gourd. Bad gourd. We can play drums, right?
Watch the saw, Hunter.
We'll get this. I need to clean it up in there some more, make it rounder so it'll fit this better, huh? It's gonna fit, I think, though.
This one's a gun! No, yeah, you should keep that. I see you guys, stop moving! Take all the in. Take all the in.
Let me see a stick just for a second.
But it breaks.
I can stick a little stick in that curve. While you're pressing down, it won't pinch the blade so much. See there?
Take it.
Cut a little bit further. Yeah, see?
Perfect. Look at that. That is so awesome. All right.
Daddy,
Huh?
we use this like this.
Check out all these seeds. Yeah, check out all these seeds. Probably some of the funniest shaped seeds you've ever seen. So there's a lot in there.
They almost look like little bugs.
They do. I think it's going to make a perfect cup. I just going to have to really, clean it up, sand it up. I tried to cut this, somewhat level with the way the bottom of this sits, and not so much the way the upper rim looks. So we'll see. That way, if I sat it down, it would somewhat sit flat, maybe. Not that I'm too worried about that, but clean that one up a little bit too. I really like this for scraping this out. It's not sharp, really, so you're not going to hurt yourself. It almost seems like something you can give your kids and not worry about too much. They're too busy climbing trees. I don't blame them. I'd probably do the same thing if I was them. Kind of feel like I'm shaving a horse's hoof off. Yeah, look how deep that is. That's awesome. That is definitely
Careful, guy.
gonna turn out good. Here's another seed. Yeah, that's alright. I don't want to get it mixed up. Did you write on those bags what was from what seed? Yeah.
How do I write?
Huh?
This one is from that.
Yeah,
What do
just
I
put canteen. And then the other one will put cup bowl or something like that on it. You guys can see what's inside of it here. I'll dump that out. And I don't know if this will help you. It's getting the, but you can just get in there and scrape this stuff out. Pretty easy. It's already looking a lot better. Just awesome. Really excited about this. This is the one class I missed, and I missed it, I think, because of pottery, and I was pretty bummed out about it. So I went and bought some gourds, and decided I would just do it when I got home. That pottery class was pretty important to me. All right, well, I might scrape on this a little bit more. I kind of want to see how the scoop's going to turn out. That one's the one I'm not sure about cutting that, where I want to cut it at yet, but I'm pretty happy with this. The great thing about WinterCount is some of the people, you know, I don't know if they made it in the past or while they were there, but they were using like their bowls for dinner. It was awesome. It's pretty neat serving their food into these awesome containers. Some people were using shells, and I want to say it was abalone shells. A lot of them were using those type of shells. Yeah, just pretty cool. This is definitely an eye-opening experience and a side of the primitive skills community I'd never seen before. It just drives you and makes you want to do more. All right, we gotta get the seeds out of this one. So look at that, that's awesome. I'm so pumped about it. Check that out, guys. It's like, yeah, check it out. That's what the inside looks like. I think it's gonna be perfect. Yeah, check that out. I mean, you're gonna be able to scoop up a lot. It almost looks like a serving bowl or something. You can like take a drink, you know. All right, let me get some of this big stuff out of here. Oh, these seeds are so weird looking. They just look like bugs, like little cockroach bodies. All right, ready? Which one do you think had the most seeds?
Not this one.
Seemed like the canteen looking one, huh?
Yeah, well.
Maybe. Oh no, maybe the big one. There.
I think it was the big one. But there's a lot of big stuff in there that's not.
Just junk.
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing is going to be to clean this whole neck out right here. I wonder if that'd be good coal extender or something. Anyway, awesome. I'm just like I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet, but it's still cool. Like a little dish. Definitely not going to get rid of that. Absolutely hanging on to that. So, I mean, we ended up with, what, 5 containers out of that? Still not sure about this one, what I'm going to use it for yet, but it's a little deeper than it looks. Having a little too much fun with hand drill coals here lately, especially when you get kits that are just ridiculously easy. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. This piece is a real thin piece that I took from home. That's kind of a, what I would want to call my junk pile of stuff. But still a lot of fun. I mean, I don't even honestly have to much try to get a coal from that. I wish it wasn't so flexible. So this is the bow I made. I was going to show you. It's just a bamboo deal. You can kind of see the knock on the end there. I didn't pull this string off yet. I need to do that. We took some waxed linen and I reversed wrapped the whole thing 6 foot. It was actually started out 9 foot, ended up being 6 foot by the time I was done. But you can see how I've frapped these pieces together. So we got a single piece frapped in with a secondary piece, and then through the center a third. Then the third disappears and the other end of the other piece disappears. So yeah, very happy with it. Put my name on it. That's how happy I was with it. So yeah, absolutely. We'll get to shooting this sometime. Not today or anything, but just got a lot going on and trying to have a good time with the family out here. So you guys will see it soon enough. One thing I wanted to show is when I was at Sigma 3, I ended up picking up this file, and it worked great for just little tasks. And the kids are having fun. So it has a flat side, and on the flat side it has a rough and a smooth, and on the round side it has a smooth and a rough. So this works great. I'm noticing I kind of nicked myself earlier. I don't know if you can see it right there on that knuckle. It's really just slight. I slightly nicked it with the edge of this, and it was pretty sharp. So I just took and it quickly worked that edge down. So nice and rounded off. And this leaves a little bit of a rough edge, so I can just turn it around and smooth it off real nice. And you can hear the difference in how smooth it almost polishes it. And this round edge also worked great for taking out the inner stuff here on pieces that were slightly rounded. Kind of smoothing that out, and then you can switch it around to give it a nice finer edge. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this piece yet, but figured I'd at least round the edges over a little bit so I don't cut myself, or wife or kids do that at some point. I need to clean up the edge on the cup as well, so I'm going to try to do that before the night's over with. I just got called for cooking duty, so I need to probably stop my task working here and get onto that. So, getting hungry anyway myself, so. Alright, there it is. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on what else I could do with these, or maybe in the future on a new project, I am trying to grow some gourds in the garden and use some of the seed that I actually collected out of these. So we'll see if that turns out. I know a few of the varieties never did come up, and maybe I'll try to replant those here soon. Just time is really hard to come by. But you guys take care, and I'll see you around.